Pros and cons of living in Cleveland from the perspective of a Los Angeles native. I've been living in LA for over 30 years, and I went to college in San Diego, and now I'm settled in Cleveland. So without further ado, weather. Los Angeles only has one season, and it's summer. Temperatures remain in the 70 to 100 degree range year-round. Cleveland has all four seasons. Pro is that you have a real autumn. Con is that you have a real winter. A lot of women like to dress for four seasons, so they can actually show off their winter wardrobe. You don't have that opportunity in LA. Same for men who are into fashion. There's never a time for a double-breasted jacket if you're a man, or a trapper hat for that matter. So if you're into winter beanies and wearing gloves and overcoats, just forget about it. Unless you want to look overdressed, more power to you. This is a pro or con depending on how you look at it. I used to wear just one jacket year-round in LA, and it was practical and convenient for me. To be honest, I still wear one jacket in Cleveland. I'm just a lot colder in winter. Pros and cons of noise pollution. Pros, it has less man-made noise pollution than LA. Los Angeles is probably I almost said nosiest. Actually, that pertains more to Cleveland, but Los Angeles is probably the noisiest city in America. You have dogs barking day and night. Everybody in LA owns a dog, and they keep them in their front yard, and so they get very bored, and they bark at everything. It doesn't matter if it's 2 in the afternoon or 2 in the morning. They'll bark for an hour. I have not seen any dog owner in Cleveland, on the other hand, keep their dogs outdoors. That's one of my favorite parts of Cleveland. I don't have to hear barking 24/7. Same thing with helicopters. You hear them constantly in LA, even at midnight, because newscopters are filming fugitives on the run. No helicopters in Cleveland. And then you have firecrackers in LA as well. And Angelenos pop them year-round, not just on 4th of July. And you have souped-up cars and motorcycles that set off car alarms. People in LA love setting off car alarms. They crank up the bass in their audio system, and they'll rev up their engine and just speed through your neighborhood at 3 in the morning, setting off all the car alarms, because in LA, everybody parks in the streets, and they parked a block or two away because they couldn't find parking, and they can't hear the car alarm, but you can. So it keeps going off, and the owner can't hear it, and yeah, car alarms and dogs barking will make sure you're up all night. And Angelenos also love to party until 3 in the morning, so expect to hear raucous, festive music to compete with the classical music you're trying to listen to. In Cleveland, the noise pollution, when it's man-made, is usually the lawnmower or the leaf blower. The city is obsessed with lawn care, so you hear the constant droning of landscaping at all times throughout the day. Otherwise, most of the noise is environmental, like the pitter-patter of rain. Pounding rain, like the Niagara Falls, is right on top of you. Thunder that sounds like bombs dropping on you. Howling wind that sounds like someone's banging on your windows. And hail, which sounds like God is spilling Skittles on your rooftop. There's also a lot of wildlife here, so you'll hear squirrels and raccoons scampering and clawing on your roof. Cost of living. Cleveland has cheaper gas and cheaper housing. Gas is about $1 cheaper per gallon. Housing is roughly 3 times cheaper. Groceries are comparable in both cities. If you're into the classic American dream of owning a house, obviously it's a lot cheaper here. You can get an awesome house for like $30,000 right next to University Circle, but with the caveat the weather will do a number on the house. And the maintenance required to keep your house from falling apart, in my estimation, costs more than paying the sunshine tax in California. Blue-collar workers here are slammed. So if you're a blue-collar worker, it's wonderful. If you're a homeowner, you're going to have to pony up. I'd say Cleveland is a renter's market and Los Angeles is a landlord's market. LA's weather is set it and forget it, so you don't have to spend any money year-round to remedy the damage caused by the polarizing weather. And finally, demographic. I'd say generally you can expect half the population to be white and the other half to be black. Very little miscellaneous races here, which is what really separates it from a major metropolitan city. Most of the people here are baby boomers. I hardly see Gen Xers and millennials. So those are my pros and cons of life in Cleveland off the top of my head. I could keep going if I wanted to, and I could honestly write a book on it if it meant people would read it. But here is my Cliff's Notes version. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like, and feel free to subscribe. Let me know if you agree or disagree with some of my points. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in another video. Farewell.